properties of static. Properties of static. So static is a kind of a keyword that we use in program. So if we are using it in a program, there must be some property which is followed by the static keyword. So the first property is, please note it down, static members occupy the memory only once. Static members occupy the memory only once. Static member occupy the memory only once. Which means that if you are declaring a member as a static, it will be appearing in the memory for once only. It cannot have its second allocation. तो अगर आपने किसी वेरिएबल को स्टैटिक नेचर का बनाया है तो वो मेमोरी में सिर्फ एक ही बार आएगा, या कोई भी मेंबर अगर स्टैटिक है तो वो मेमोरी में एक ही बार आएगा, बार बार क्रिएट नहीं होगा. तो स्टैटिक मेंबर हम बनाते कैसे हैं? जस्ट राइट द स्टैटिक कीवर्ड बिफोर द डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ अ वेरिएबल. तो हम एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं. सपोज आई हैव टेकन अ क्लास नेम एज स्टैटिक डेमो or static D. Now I declare a variable int I. That means since I am not attaching a static keyword, it's a non-static variable. When I am declaring a int j, I want to make this variable as a static. So what I will do, I will write a static keyword before the declaration. That means I has become the non-static variable and j has become a static variable. Now I am going to declare, I am going to create the object of the class static D. Let's say ob1 equal to new static D. Since this is your first object, so for this object I will be allocated in the memory and j will also be allocated in the memory. And if you write ob1 dot I is equal to 10, that means the value of 10 will be stored in ob1 dot I. And if you write ob1 dot j is equal to 20, the 20 will be stored in the variable ob1 dot j. That means I and j both are being initialized by the certain values, and the values are 10 and 20. Now what I do, I just simply create a static object, the object again of the same class by the name ob2 equal to new static demo. Now it's static D, not demo, so I am going to remove emo from here. The object has been created. Now since it is a second object, and for this class there are two variables, one is I and second is j. I is a variable which is non-static and j is a variable which is a static one. So I being a non-static will be allocated in the memory again, but j being a static variable will not be allocated in the memory again. Will not be allocated in the memory again. How can we see that what is being done? Suppose if I say system.out.println, if I say ob1.I, what will be the answer that is going to print? ob1.I is 10. Now I print system.out.println and I say within double quotes ob2 ob1 dot j is equal to plus of what? ob1 dot j. So I am going to print the value of ob1 dot j. In the above statement, I have printed the value of ob1 dot I. So I am just writing the message as well that ob1 dot I am going to print equal to and a double quote and a plus, right? Now in the next statement, what I have done, I will take two more printing statements and I will write, I will print ob2 dot I and I will print ob2 dot j. Now let's compile the program. There is no syntax error. Can you guess the output? The first statement is going to be printed as 10. The second statement is going to print the value of 20. The third statement is going to print the value of 0. And the last statement is going to print the value of 20. That means J is a static variable and it is being allocated in the memory for only once. Therefore, J does not have a second allocation. I is having. I, the first allocation for the first object is 10. The value of I for the second object will be 0. That means I has a different allocation. But the value of J for the first object and the second object are same. That means J is sharing the variable between the different objects. Let's see how it works. Let's compile it up. Let's try to execute it, whether it executes or not. I will come to the static D and I will call the main function. Just see. This is what I have discussed right now, that if we are I'm showing you the output in the program. ob1.I, the first allocation, I is 10. ob1.j, the j's first allocation is 20. ob2.I, I is being differently allocated, so it may have a same value or a different value. That's why the I is 0 now for the second object. But j is again 20 for the second object. We have not made any allocation, we have not made any assignment, but still it is being printed as 20. Why? Because j is allocated once and it is being shared by different objects. Now the point is clear?
So the object, so J would be accessed by any object.
Please speak it loud and clear because it's not audible at all.
So J would can be obtained by any of the object created.
Pardon?
So J can be accessed by any object.
The objects that we have created, only that. Any
Yes,
object
sir.
means we cannot create it, we cannot refer it by ob3 because it's not available.
Yes, sir.
But all the object will be having the same memory allocation. Why same memory? Because the same memory can be allocated in the in the memory only if the variable is declared as a static,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
I will show you the diagrammatical representation, like just show it to you how it works. Give me a minute. What I have done is here is I will show you how it works. It's really very easy. Now since we have created the first object by the name of ob1, so the initial data which is stored in the ob1 is null. The initial data that is stored in the ob1 is null. When you write new static D, the memory for I is allocated and the memory for J is also allocated because it's the first allocation in the memory. Now you have said ob1.I is equal to 10 and you have said ob1.j is equal to 20. After that you have created ob2. The first statement then you are creating the initial value of the ob2 is null. When you are writing new A, That means the memory for I will be allocated. Why? Because it has a non-static variable. But j cannot be allocated twice. If it is not allocated twice, then what will happen? It is going to refer to the same memory which is already there in the memory. That is the j of OB1. Now the by default value of I is 0. That means the OB1.I is 10, OB2.I is 0, OB1.j is 20, and even OB2.j is also 20. Why? Because I is being a non-static variable which is allocated multiple times for different object, and j being a static variable will occupy the memory only once, therefore it will be shared by different objects. Now the diagrammatical representation is clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Now just write two more differences over here. On the one side of the page please write class variable, and on the second side please write instance variable. Please write in the class variable. Variables that have same memory allocation, variables that have same memory allocation for different instances of a class, for different instances of a class, for different instances of a class, are known as class variable, are known as class variable. Write in this instance variable, the variable that have different memory allocation, different memory allocation for different instances of a class, variable which have different memory allocation for different instances of a class are known as instance variable. The second point of difference will be class variables are termed as class variables are termed as class variables are termed as static variables, are referred by static variable. Non-static variables are referred as non-static variables are referred as instance variable. Are referred as instance variable. Now by seeing the diagrammatical representation, the variable which have different allocation for different object, कौन सा है? In the same program, which variable have different allocation for different object?
Sir, I.
I. And which variable have a same allocation for different object?
So J.
J. That means static variable are referred as class variable and non-static variables are referred as instance variable. Right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Rest of the thing will be done on the next run.